Hi, I'm Emily Medham, and this is video number 1 for my global learning assignment. A little bit about my culture. I was raised in Rochester Hills, Michigan for my entire life. My mom's whole side of the family is from Michigan, and actually her grandfather came over from Ireland as an illegal immigrant, and her grandmother came over as an immigrant from Scotland, but she's actually Irish. So, yeah. So, pretty much they're a bunch of redheads and really Irish. Yeah. My dad's side of the family came here a little bit before that from England and a bunch of other places in Europe. So, they've kind of been here for a while, but he's from the East Coast, so it's a little bit different. All of his family's out there. So, I was raised with the belief that education was really important and you have to work for everything that you want in this life. It's not ever going to just be handed to you. Everything takes work and practice. Because her grandfather and grandmother were both immigrants, they definitely came here and had to work for everything that they have. And so neither of my grandparents actually went to college, but they became really successful on their own. And so they raised their kids in a way that they learned that they needed to always be working for everything. And that education was always very important. And same with my dad. They all had to go off to college and everything. My mom went to Michigan Tech University. I think it's a university. I don't know. And she got a degree in industrial management, and then she is an industrial engineer at General Motors. So she's always been a working mom and working really hard and full time all the time. She's awesome, and she is an overachiever to the max. So she definitely always encourages me to put a complete amount of effort into everything that I do. And she kind of hates her job, so she always encourages us to go for what we love and never get stuck in a job or never get stuck with something that isn't your passion. So that's another thing. While going through college, I think she encouraged me a lot to make sure that I was actually going after something that I really love doing. My dad went to the Citadel, which is a military school, and then he went into the Navy after that, and he studied biology, and so he's all about everything biology, everything outdoors, everything human bio. I'm a human biology major, so it's really cool to talk about all that stuff with him sometimes. But he actually ended up becoming a pilot because of the Navy, and so he doesn't do anything with his degree now. So it's kind of cool, but he definitely is all about working hard in school and trying to get the best grades possible, and kind of making sure that you have a legitimate option for a job after college. So he really wanted to make sure that me and my sister were doing practical majors and things. So I'm a human biology major going into nutrition, and my sister, she's a sophomore now, and she is a nursing major. So we're good, Dad. We got jobs. So education, was always very important, and my parents chose to live in Rochester Hills because they had such great school systems, and then they were so happy when we both ended up at Michigan State because it's such a great school. So for this project, I'm going to be working with a friend that I met freshman year. I'm a senior now, so I've kind of known him for 4 years now, but we're not very close, so I'm excited to learn more. His name is Geraldo Castillo, but he just goes by G for short. He's from Guatemala, and he's raised down there his whole life. He's an international student, so I think that's really cool. He actually lived in a dorm right next door to a bunch of my guy friends freshman year, and so that's how we met him, and is really cool. A lot of them have gone down to Guatemala to visit him and stuff, and they just said that it's a completely different experience down there. It's a whole different like world. It's crazy to see how different it is from America. And his family is very well off in Guatemala, and so they definitely are familiar with American culture a lot because they do a lot of traveling here and in Europe and stuff. So I think that like coming to Michigan State definitely wasn't a big like shell shock for him, but there's definitely a ton of things that are so much different than anything that he could have experienced in Guatemala. So yeah, I'm excited to learn more about all of that, and my plan for doing that, we're just going to meet up sometime later this week and kind of just hang out and just start talking about all of our cultures and like what's different, what's the same kind of thing. I love kind of figuring out new things about like other people that I didn't know, like different cultures and ethnicities. I think it's super cool and interesting that everyone has different things that kind of define the person that they are, and I love that everyone is different. I hate when people try and be like, oh, treat everyone equally, because we're not all the same and you shouldn't be treated equally, because then that gets rid of your individuality, in my opinion. So that'll be fun. And then for something that I'm going to do with him to kind of like more into my culture, I want to do a Friendsgiving, and so kind of get all of our freshman year dorm friends together and do like a little Thanksgiving dinner and like all cook it together and stuff. So I think that would be really cool and a really fun thing. I mean, Thanksgiving is such an American holiday, so it'll be cool to do that. And then I'm actually hoping to do something kind of the same, but like of his culture, because I'm really into cooking, so I'll cook anything. So I really want to do something like that with him to kind of get introduced into his culture more too. So stay tuned. Should be interesting. Yay!